All right, here we go. To watch this video for Monday, March 26th. The SPY kind of ugly. I can't believe it got all the way down to the 200 day. I thought it might over the course, when it looked like this, I thought it might over the course of the next few days, and it did it in one day. So kind of ugly. Market's kind of ugly. I'm actually really proud that my account is at highs for the year, and I don't short. I almost never short, maybe a couple shorts a year. So it's all about being selective and taking entries that make sense. My best trade, again, I don't ever present monster trades because I don't ever risk that much money, right? I'm a defense first oriented trader, and that's what we teach in our course in our chat room. Dropbox, and I usually don't trade IPOs either, but showing you, I believe these are like 1 minute candles. It was out of the gate pretty strong. Yeah, I can't really tell if these are 1 minute candles. Anyway, I think they are. Okay, they are. I paused the video to just double check because I hate misspeaking in these videos. Um, and this was just a big seller on the tape at 30.50 after the initial, I don't know, 10 minutes or so of trading. And I thought if it took out that seller, it might just rip through the high of day. And you can see I made this money, in about a minute's time. Anyway, and Dropbox is actually, I'll get to it in a minute. It's actually on the watch list for tomorrow. Okay, so here's the things I'm watching for Monday. Now, keep in mind, the market's pretty weak, but I also, it's so ahead of itself to the downside that we could get some really nice snapback bounces. Who knows? It's going to open down or up on Monday. I don't really care. I get emails saying, "Hey, can you tell me? Are we entering a bear market? Is this the beginning of a crash?" And my answer is always, I don't know. Nobody knows, and I don't really care. Right? I start each day with a list of potential stocks that might give me a trade that day, right? I mean, cash every night. So, and it's exactly what we teach. So, people think day trading stressful. To me, having a big portfolio wrapped up in the market would be way more stressful. I love logging in every day, trying to take my little piece of the pie, and then being in cash every night. All right. So we'll see what happens next week, but we're going to take it one watch list and one day at a time. And you're gonna it's a bit of a strange list for Monday because I've got penny stocks all the way up to Tesla on the watch list. All right, so RHE had a massive move 3 sessions ago and I usually don't trade stuff under a buck, by the way, but from 25 cents all the way up to 88. Then it put in an inside day and another inside day, so it's kind of coiled, and it's having trouble with the 200-day there. And you could argue pretty damn strong on an ugly, ugly day, so certainly worth watching. JAGX, I've been watching this one for a pop one of these days. And it got a little bit of extra volume on Friday. And if you go to intraday, again, the market was tanking and this thing had a nice pop. So we might get a little bit of short covering, switching to 15-minute candles here. So there was that huge move all the way up to like 44 cents. It's really kind of forming a base here and trying to break out. So absolutely worth watching. And hasn't really broken the trend line yet. So we'll see. Tesla. This one, let me pan out a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. I love this thing. It's gotten to under 300, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? It was almost 350. And I've had this in the back of my mind for a while that if Tesla gets under 300, I'm going to look for a trade. Look what it did back here. Back here, got near 300 back here. So this 300 level has been a level for a long time. Now, am I saying it's going to hold and it's not going to roll? I mean, longer term, and this isn't how I trade. This looks like if it breaks the 300 level with some fervor, it's got some room to fall. But as a day trader, I can look under 300 on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday and see if it gives me a long setup for a trade. All right, I love this area for a possible bounce. So that's on Bounce Watch. I have no idea if I'm going to trade, if it's going to give a setup or not. Also, I like to watch stuff that I think are really oversold even from one day, although you could argue WDC is down 3 days in a row. But it had one big day on Friday. I think this one's overdue for a bounce, so we'll see. We'll see. It's on watch. It doesn't cost me anything to have these on charts. I still like this AKER. You've got this pop here and then a cup and handle forming. And it didn't really do that poorly on a weak market day, so this is one to watch, especially if there's any market strength. Dropbox is only 1 day's worth of trading. Because it's an IPO, a lot of buzz around it. I just want to have it on watch. I don't have any kind of price set in my mind where, ooh, if it hits this price, it's going to go. But I do want to watch it, all right? Want to watch that one all week, actually. Cali, C-A-L-I, massive pop on Wednesday. Looked like it was rolling over on Thursday and got actually a decent pop again on Friday. Closing well off its highs, but you might argue that's because of the weak market. So I want to have this one on watch because it does make big moves. CDNA, also a big volume pop and held up pretty well in a weak tape. And then lastly, DSS, another one, big volume, held up pretty well in a weak tape. All right, we're going to watch for some gappers in the pre-market to add to this list. Check the description below. We're still offering that amazing deal on a lifetime membership, the price back from 2004 when we first started GreatStockPicks.com. I'm leaving that in the description to the videos for a little while. So check the description below if you want to become part of a chat room where we actually look out for each other. And there is never, ever a moderator saying, I just bought XYZ 10 seconds into the session. If you've ever been in a room like that and had your ass handed to you for trying to chase stuff like that, you'd be pleasantly surprised when you get in our room. All right, I'm done babbling. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you Monday.